There was once a former military president that says, once an insurgency lasts for 3 days, there is sabotage and there is government in power that knows something about it. The truth is that my colleagues have said Maiduguri or other places, it has spread to all the states in the country, no matter how little, no matter how big. So, Mr. Speaker, I crave the indulgence of this honorable House to call for proper investigation. And if we must do this investigation, we must do it with all sincerity of purpose. We will not defend any, we will not have any ethnistic oration in doing that. Call a spade by its proper name. I so submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, this matter is a very, very serious matter that requires a special ad hoc committee, not just to investigate what the congressman have said, but to investigate all non-governmental organizations in Nigeria. Because if you go to Maiduguri, go to their airport, each time you will see at least 2 to 3 private jets parked there, owned by NGOs. Most of the offices in Maiduguri are owned by NGOs. And Yobe, what are they doing there?
Insurgency is going on.
And the insurgency is mostly in the north. What are they doing there? My honorable colleagues, we cannot take this as a mere allegation. We must stand as a nation, a sovereign nation, to defend this country. Because what this Trump tenor have done is to give us a leeway, is to a kind of to wake us up that it's time for us to be free. I believe from what the man have done, have shows that he loves us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I believe we must rise up to defend Nigeria and defend our brothers that live in the north. Thank you, and may God bless all of us.
Thank you, Honorable Ifeanyi. Very grievous matter. This matter should be a source of concern for every single Nigerian. This matter should be considered and should be deliberated and should be taken serious by the Nigerian government and all those that are charged with the responsibility of protecting the integrity and the security of this country. Why did I say so, Mr. Speaker? For an allegation to come out from the U.S. Congress, for those of us who have had some relationship with the way and the workings of the U.S. Congress, it is not a matter that we should shy away from looking into. Mr. Speaker, the person, the congressman that spoke about this matter is a ranking member in the Congress, so he knew what he was doing. Mr. Speaker, this betrays my point. When I brought a bill on this floor, the bill went to second reading. But for some reasons, in order to regulate and manage and observe these NGOs, these development agencies, and the CSOs, for some reasons, this bill is not yet slated. Perhaps we wouldn't have been where we are now, because it would have been given the Chief of General Staff complaint about the involvement of development agencies, the NGOs, the CSOs in the affairs and the security of this country. So it is a matter that the Parliament should take seriously. Mr. Speaker, for the U.S. Congress, a foreign parliament, to observe certain shenanigans interfering with the administration and the governance of other sovereign countries is a matter that we should take strongly. Nigeria is a country with a population 250 million estimated population. Mr. Speaker, this crisis in Borno today, since 2019, now we are getting to know why is it protracted. 2009. Since 2009, why is it protracted? There must be some involvement of serious financing. Because we know these people, they are ragtag. Where are they getting this money? Where are they getting these weapons? So,
investigate the allegation by U.S. Congressman Scott Perry, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has allegedly funded Boko Haram and other international terrorist organizations. The House notes with grave concern the recent statement by a U.S. Congressman Scott Perry, allegedly that the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has been involved in sponsorship of Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations in countries where the different group operated. Note that Scott Perry made this claim during the inaugural meeting of the subcommittee on delivering on government efficiency, where he claimed that $697 million were spent annually, plus shipment of cash funds in Madaras, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, etc. Mr. Speaker, aware that from 2022 to 2024, Nigeria has received a total of approximately $2.7 billion from USAID, of which $1.469 trillion was allocated for health, $887 million for humanitarian services, $141.77 million for economic development, $41.75 million for education, and $16.39 million for peace and security. The remaining funds directed towards programs support democracy, human rights, governance, and other sectors. Mr. Speaker, believe that the Boko Haram's dominant presence in northern Nigeria is safe to assume that the Boko Haram had significantly benefited from this fund, as allegedly by Scott Perry. Further note that the allegation is, if true, raises serious national and international security concern and questions about external influence on Nigerians' fight against insecurity, which had led to significant loss of lives and destruction of properties and displacement of over 1 million citizens over the years. Aware that Nigeria has been battling insurgency and terrorism for over a decade, with the government committing enormous resources to counter-terrorism operations, while also seeking international cooperations to curb the menace. Concerned, Mr. Speaker, that such allegation, if not thoroughly investigated, could undermine Nigerian sovereignty, compromise national security efforts, and diminish public confidence in the fight against terrorism. Worried that failure to unearth the truth behind this weighty claim could embolden criminal and terrorist element, further exacerbating the insecurity challenges confronting the country. Mr. Speaker, as I'm talking, we have thousands of people, young children, women, children that became orphans, women that became widows, living in IDP camps without future, without hope. Mr. Speaker, I come with the following prayers. The House resolved to request the federal government to engage with the U.S. government through the House Committee on Foreign Affairs to obtain a formal clarification on the matter. Second, urge the House to mandate the relevant committees of national security, defense intelligence, foreign affairs, and intergovernmental affairs to investigate the activities. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, to summon the National Security Advisor, the Director General of the State Security Service, DSS, the Director of National Intelligence Agency, NIA, the Director of Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, and Minister of Budget and Economic Planning to appear before the Committee on Peace Building and Social Cohesion over allegations of funding to terrorist group by United States Agency for International Development, USAID. Mandate a committee on peace building, social cohesion to carry out immediate and thorough investigation on the allegations against USAID and other NGOs and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, I so move.